All right. It's Amanda Joe and Brandon Lancaster from the band Lanco. How you doing?
Good. What's up? How are you?
The last time I saw you, I was in line at the King's house trying to find meatballs.
Yes, of course.
Yeah,
Meatballs. Gotta love the meatballs.
meatballs. I was in need of serious protein that night, but we're gonna make it. You got an album that you guys are getting ready to put out on January 17th. I spent some time with the songs, some of the songs that are already out there this morning, because 7 of the 14 are already pre-released. I got to tell you, I love Leaving Looks Good on You, and we grew up together. I was like crying in the car as I was listening to it because like I don't have kids myself, but I'm thinking on it going, I'm older than my parents were when they had me, and I don't feel like an adult. So it was just kind of like this moment of me like realizing that my parents are people too.
Yeah, they're actual people that were just tried their best. No, but I mean, I love that song, and that's how that song came together. Was I was in my 30s when my wife and I had our first kid, but then the guy who wrote it with Corey Asbury. He's my age, but he was saying like he has a 16-year-old, I believe it is, and I was like, whoa, you got started kind of early. Uh, and he said he's like, yeah, man, honestly, we grew up together, and I was like, okay, well and what was interesting is he was much younger than myself when he had his first kid, but we both felt the same way. No matter what age you are, it's just a daunting, intimidating thing, and then you realize as you once you have a kid, you're trying to teach patience, and you realize like, oh, I guess that I'm not being patient right now, and these you start learning these
Yeah.
lessons. And so, yeah, whether you have kids or not, we've had a lot of people resonate with that song because it's just the journey of figuring out who you are and acknowledging that you've got a long way to go, and I think everyone can relate to that.
So do you feel like an adult yet?
Absolutely not. No, I'm not. I started feeling like less of an adult once I had a kid. That made me feel like less of it because I was like, oh my gosh, I have not figured it out. I have my own way of doing things that are not, and especially as a musician. No, I'm not. I'm still not an adult. Maybe one day, or maybe never. I don't know.
how, how old are your kids now?
So I have a 4-year-old daughter and a 1-year-old son.
Okay,
Uh,
okay.
Yeah, which is
So
just wild because we've been working on this album for the past few years, and we've put out music and soft releases, and we've toured a bit, but really we kind of had to hit the reset button after the pandemic, and we took a little time off, and so we're just now coming back. And the last time that we truly were releasing an album and we were touring, none of us had kids. Some of us weren't even married. So
no.
it's definitely a different phase of life we're in now, but same old Lanco, still having
Yep.
fun and rocking and rolling.
Well, this is what I've observed with my guy friends in particular that I grew up with. Like their kids, when they were about the age that yours are now, they were a little bit more, I don't want to say involved, but obviously like you have to pay like really close attention to what they're doing so they don't die. But now
Oh
that
yeah.
the kids are all older and involved in sports and stuff, the guys have started to kind of like revert back to how they were as teenagers, which is it's kind of funny. Like they all have new like big boy toys, and I'm going, dude. So your wives signed up for, the kids you got and the big kids. But anyway,
No, I totally see that. Yeah, we're my 4-year-old. It's awesome because she's just like her own person, and she's like a little teenager. But then yeah, I have a 1-year-old boy that is it's like his mission to hurt himself or to kill him. I mean, it's just terrible. I don't know if I can say that, but it's like he's always doing something that is just moments away from the emergency room.
yeah.
And so that's where we're at with him. But yeah, I envision a world where, one day I can just like be a big kid with him and we can just be get into a mess. And same with my daughter. We're kind of like that, it's like we went to Disney for the first time a few weeks ago. And yeah, it's funny. You're like with her, it's like you're like, Disney's cool, but then once you see it through the eyes of a kid, you're like, oh yeah, this is awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's cool. You kind of get to relive your childhood.
Yeah. We get jaded in our older age. And then when you see it through their eyes again, you're like, yes, I have an excuse.
Yeah, that's when you're like, oh, these rides are actually fun. I can have fun. I can be happy. Yes, this cookie
Right.
is good.
So how are the holidays in your house? Are you guys like ready, set to go?
No, not at all. Not even
Not at
close.
all. Not even
No,
close.
I mean, we have like decorations and stuff up, but we've got, well, we're having like a little Christmas party slash football, college football playoff game party this weekend, and then my wife's family is coming in town, so we're like ready. We're like in the spirit and have like a tree up and all the decorations, but as far as like ready for my wife's entire family to come stay with us, we're not ready for that. And then I was pretty late on Christmas decorations. Speaking of children, this okay, talking about like growing up and becoming an adult. It's things like this, like before I had kids, like we'll like throw up some decorations, but I'm not gonna go like all out on my house and like
Yeah.
Christmas lights. And I was a little late to it this year, and literally we're driving, and my daughter goes, "Hey, Dad, how come all the houses are Christmas but ours?" I was like, so that night I was like pulling inflatables out of the garage and like Christmas light and hanging up stuff. But yeah, so
Way
we're in the
way
Christmas
to go,
spirit.
Grinch.
Yep.
No, hey, no judgment. This was the year. I think it was because of how Thanksgiving fell. I haven't decorated at all. I mean, I don't have kids. I usually go all holiday cheer, but it just no time for it. So
Thanksgiving was later this year. There's
yeah,
Thanksgiving and Christmas.
yeah. So I think that's what screwed me up. But anyway, let's do a little Christmas rapid fire here for you. Favorite
Oh,
Christmas song?
um, I don't know. It'd be honestly, it's a two-way tie. There's a song called "Mary Did You Know." Uh, I don't know if you know that song, but it's it's really from the aspect of like, "Hey Mary, did you know that like you have this little baby, but this is Jesus? Like what, the potential what this could be." It's time between that and then literally I've been like around Christmas time I really start playing piano a lot because all those songs are like jazz piano songs. So I've been rocking the Christmas song on piano.
Mhm.
The Christmas song. Chestnuts roasting on an open fire.
Okay.
Uh
Have you actually ever had roasted chestnuts?
I've had, when you like walk to the mall or you like walk into sports and they have those like roasted, whatever that is. But I
Yeah.
don't know if I had roasted chestnuts now that you say it.
Yeah, I this is something I've been asking everybody this year because I'm going, I don't think I know anybody that's ever had them.
Yeah, now that's gonna bother me. I might have to I have to find roasted chestnuts today because now I don't
Yeah.
know if I'll sing that song.
Yeah.
Uh,
Let me know when you find some and you sample them, like how they actually taste.
all right.
Uh, Favorite Christmas movie?
Oh man, I don't want to be like stereotypical and say Elf. Uh, it's
That's a
just
great one.
I know it's just on repeat in our house. I'm gonna go with Home Alone 2.
Oh, the second did you have a talk boy when you were a kid?
I did. I
Yeah.
literally had that exact thing.
Yep. Yep. That was great. That was great. Home Alone 1. What would you say is the most savage way Kevin McAllister maims the robbers, the thieves?
Is Home Alone 1, is that where the fire and it like burns his hat? He's like bald and his scalp is like showing.
Yep.
That
Yep.
that's pretty intense.
Yeah. Yeah. That
That
one's pretty bad. I think the
yeah.
nail in the foot is the one that always makes me go, I have to
Oh
avert
yeah.
my eyes. Most
Yeah,
memorable
it's
Christmas gift.
most memorable Christmas gift. Definitely my I Santa got me a go-kart when I was a kid and I remember like we had done Christmas uh and yeah, we like got a few presents. Then my parents were like, "Oh, I think Santa couldn't get your last gift inside," and I like walked out, and there was a go kart outside. Which, not to sound whatever, but that was truly the spirit of Christmas because my family could not afford a go kart, so that was definitely only Santa could bring a go kart.
Only Santa. You
Pretty
you
much.
didn't hurt yourself on it, right?
Boy, I got pretty as I got older, because I was like in elementary, I was like 9, I think, when I got it. But then when I got older, I learned how to like take the governor off and like soup it up. And there was this like dirt track near my house, or we like made a dirt track in a field, and I definitely rolled it a couple times. It had like the bars on top, so if you rolled it, it wasn't totally terrible. But as I got
Yeah.
older, I had that thing into my teens, and I cut it close. There's memories that make me scared to death when I think of my own.
We bounced a lot more in our younger years. Yeah,
Yeah,
for sure.
absolutely.
Well, thanks for hanging out again. We're going to make it. The album comes out on January 17th. 7 of the 14 songs. Oh, here's a question I've never asked. How do you figure out what songs you like trickle out?
Through just pain, and it's it's a
Is it like I
I,
really like this one and I want to test this one, or is it I want to save these ones?
for us, I think that it comes down to like you have an idea of when you're like with this album in particular, like we spent 2 years on this album, so hopefully one day like we even have more songs that aren't coming out right now, and we hopefully one day we can do like a deluxe and release all those. But for us, the album's coming out later, you don't know exactly when, you got to figure all that out. So for us, a lot of times it comes down to like what songs we want to play live, because it's like, hey, this would be fun like right now, and we could do this, or we might play a song live and think, oh, that went well, let's add that a set, and then release it. And then there's just things like, I don't know, yeah, say that you have a music video idea. Just if you have an idea, there's always something. Like there's some songs like, oh, we have a cool video idea for that, well then let's like release that song because we kind of know how we
Yep.
would frame. So yeah, it could be, honestly, each song is kind of different.
Okay. So are there any songs on the album right now you're sandbagging and haven't put out yet, but they're your favorite?
um Honestly, my two favorite, like, I love the first song we ever put out for this album. It's called Low Class Lovers. That's like one of my favorite songs. I'm like a big Bruce Springsteen fan, so I love that song because it's kind of that influence. But then the one of the last songs we wrote for the record, which is the album title, "We're Gonna Make It." That's absolutely one of my favorite songs of the album, because it ties together and emphasizes what the whole album is about. We've kind of been off the scene for the past few years, and we've gone through some serious stuff and some hard stuff. We've also found time to have fun and celebrate, and all those themes are on the record. And the record really is a journey of, if you love Greatest Love Story, or you love the character in
Mhm.
that, who ultimately is me, and it's the guys in the band, it's our stories. And that's where we've been, that's who we are, it's where we're going, and we're going to make it through the good, the bad, and the ugly, knowing that with the other person that you've got in your life that you love, that you're going to make it, you're going to make it to that hilltop, you're going to make it through the valleys. And so I love We're Going to Make It.
Well, I love it. I'm excited to hear more come January. And I'm glad you guys are back. It has been a hot minute since we've heard some new stuff from you. So well done so far. And I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, thanks for hanging out.
Good luck with your in-laws.
All right, see ya.
Bye.